join me in welcoming Whitney High School.
Hi everyone, so we're the Create team from Whitney High School. This is all of our first year in this program, so we're really excited to present to you guys.
So my slide is the project concept. So what we went for was more of like a rustic kind of like country feeling. So we have wood paneling on the outside of the house with a red door, so almost like a barn door type feeling. The windows on the high side of the wall, so that way the kitchen is on the low side of the wall to have optimum lighting, and then also have a really good like cabinet placement so you're not reaching up too high. And then the other good part of that is when the door, because you're coming in from the high side, it hides the solar panels, so it looks a lot better. The large windows also allow for lots of natural light, so that way we can cut down on the cost to put in lights, and it just look a lot like better and aesthetic, I guess.
So in my slide, we talked about the components that we try to put into our tiny house. So one of them was the solar panels. This helps combat greenhouse gas emissions and helps improve public health. It also reduces the electricity bill, which is great for people with low income. We also implemented cross-laminated timber walls. This offers high strength and the structural simplicity needed for cost-effective buildings, as well as a lighter environmental footprint compared to concrete or steel. We also talked about the Panasonic Whisper Fan, which is an energy-efficient ceiling mount fan that provides constant air circulation without the typical noise of a ceiling fan in your bathroom. So that's why we call it a whisper fan. More things that we added on to help add space to our tiny house was a foldable deck. So when you're on the go, you can fold it up, and wherever you park, you just put it down and you have extra square footage. We also implemented folding furniture, which is very, very versatile. And for example, you can transform a convertible coffee table into a dining table. It's also modern and lightweight, along with being very affordable. We also added wall storage and lofts, or a loft, which again adds more space, and wall storage helps keep the tiny house uncluttered while maintaining plenty of space. That's all.
And then for my component was the engineering components. And so for our electrical side, we wanted to make sure that you don't always have to be plugged in. So we opted to go for solar panels, and also just in case we do have a portable generator, that way, because it is on a trailer, you can take it places. And then for our plumbing side, we have a space heater and a water heater. Originally we tried to find a combination one, but we couldn't find individual prices, only for like wholesale. And then just a basic waste tank underneath. And so with the individual space and water heater, you're gonna need 2 different tanks instead of 1, which is gonna take a little more power.
I was in charge of the design of the.
So my kind of major component was the cross-laminated timber wall, and so we chose this as our high side wall, as it's very structurally sound and also adds to our aesthetic. This also allows for our 2 3x4 windows and our 1 4x4 window, because normally when you have more windows, you're going to need more structural supports. Drawbacks of this, though, is that it is solid, and so you can't put any of the electrical or plumbing in this wall, so all of that outlets and plumbing, electrical would have to be located in the other 3 walls. I just researched local distributors of cross-laminated timber, and the closest are in Montana and Vancouver, and so I looked into the one in Montana, and I gave them a call to get a cost estimate. I did not receive a call back. And so we estimated that this overall wall with the square footage would cost approximately the same as a normal wall, because it cuts down on the cost of labor. So yes, the cost of the cost of the wall itself is more expensive, but you don't have to pay for as much labor when installing it. And that is all for my component.
So I was in charge of the floating deck, which one thing why we implemented it was to make it stand out in front of the other tiny homes. It adds space, like extra living space and extra square footage that you can use, allowing a person to have like a nice area to put their shoes on, or a welcome mat or anything, like just nice to like make it feel like more of a home than a like mobile RV or whatever. It folds up in front of the door, which is located on the back end of the trailer, and on both sides, left and right, there are 2 latches to keep it up and holding on while being transported. It won't take much to build or imply or put into the build, and it's not very costly, but it will be a lot of like extra space, just have it really nice to have there, and it makes it feel more like a home and less like RV.
Okay, so my slide was the budget. So for the engineering components, we totaled out to be approximately $4,900, and then for the structural was $18,000. The deck was $500, and overall maximum labor costs for 40 days is going to be $24,000, which gives us a total of $47,400, $2,600 under budget. And I also had the challenges slide. So some of the challenges we faced were learning to work with each other. None of us have ever worked in a team together before, so this was kind of like a new experience for us. We also have people who aren't here who are on our team. Our time management and deadlines was another big one, was because like some of us are student athletes, so sometimes we have to leave class early. So just being able to stay on track and get our stuff done in time is kind of a little bit of a challenge. Narrowing our design focus, being able to like assemble and everybody wants the same design instead of just like a bunch of different components. And then the research, as mentioned, we tried to call a couple companies, we didn't get calls back. So trying to get cost estimates was a little difficult in some places. As you can see, we don't have a physical model. That is because when we had it in our 3D rendering, we were originally going to 3D print it. However, with communication with our computer science program at our school, we weren't able to in the end, so we tried to convert it to a 2D model so we could CNC it and then put it together once like a 3D puzzle. And then that got lost in the computer, and so we're not able to present a physical model.
That video was just a kind of recap of how our process went on designing models and finding our electrical and engineering components. Is there any further more questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.